Hello everybody and welcome back to World of Warships Legends. My name is Spartan Elite 43 and tonight we are back in Kansas and we have a special guest. None other, sorry, I got the hiccups. None other than Hi-Cow. If you guys don't know who he is, I will leave a link in the description as always. Go check out his channel, see if you like what you see. If you do, show him some of that love. Now, we are in the Kansas. I believe he's in the Cleveland, if I remember correctly. I can't remember, Cotton. I know we're looking right at it right now, right? No, he's in the Baltic. How dare you, Spartan! You can't recognize your own favorite cruiser up till the Des Moines came out? I'm sorry. I was gonna say Baltimore, but for some reason I thought I saw an extra couple of turrets. So yeah, I apologize. But yeah. Cranky and I are going to have ourselves a doozy of a match, and I'm going to make some stupid mistakes later on, but I'm also going to end up part of one of the crazier things that I've seen. I don't think I've ever seen 3 people on one team get a Hi-Cal and a Confederate. That's right. 3 people on this team are going to get a Hi-Cal, a Confederate medal. Now, we're going to get some other medals too, but to have a triple Hi-Cal and triple Confederate, that's called teamwork, folks. That is 3 people carrying a team. Because usually, the rest of the people on your team help kill some people at some point, or at least do some damage, so you don't end up with these games where you have this many people that get this many of the big medals. But we get a shot out at the Vanguard right off the bat. That shot actually looked pretty solid. Are we going to get a good hit? Yep, we Citadel him, hit him with 8 shells, and did 31,000 damage. That Vanguard probably just darn near uninstalled. If not, he probably threw his controller at the very minimum. Like, now, this map is one of those maps where it always seems to play out like the same way, right? You usually have this side gets dug in, you got somebody using the island back there as cover. It looks like a destroyer, which is just kind of weird. I don't think they have the range to shoot far enough to actually do anything from there. But we have an Iowa out here sailing broadside, and I am just salivating. You can see I get that shot out as quickly as possible to try to take advantage of this man. And yeah, that's gonna hurt. He slowed down, he turned out, so he actually avoided most of it to his credit. He realized he was about to get blapped, and he got out there. Now, obviously, we got some HE coming in. I don't want to sit out here and be the only battleship getting shot at. And Hi-Cal's already moving towards the center. We have 3 destroyers on our team, and they all rushed and killed a destroyer right off the bat in the middle. Our battleship, to his credit, is just YOLOing straight in. He's got a destroyer on his right and a destroyer off the bow, so I don't know how long that battleship's going to last. And with everybody over here playing so passively, sitting here is just a dumb idea. I'm going to move and try to flank through the middle. That's exactly what Hi-Cal's doing as well, I believe. Or at least he's putting himself bow in to do some damage over here, help with the destroyers and that sort of thing. So, I am going to go ahead, cut through this gap, and try to flank onto the inside. You can see all those torpedoes coming around the backside. There's a lot of destroyers in this map, which makes the whole thing that much more impressive, if you ask me, that you got 3 Hi-Cals and 3 Confederates. That's pretty impressive. Now, Iowa makes a huge mistake here. He turns in, which raises that Citadel, and he is lucky not to be removed from this planet. I don't know how he got away with that turn, but when you turn in like that in a battleship, or in any ship, when you turn towards the enemy, or towards the shells that are coming towards you, you're raising your Citadel out of the water, making it easier to Citadel you. Now here, we're trying to get loaded, unfortunately just not able to get loaded to shoot the Oland, but we're going to push in to the middle. We're going to start to flank around. We've got the Vanguard here, we've got a cruiser on the backside of an island, and it is an Atlanta. Now this Atlanta, you know, this is one of those times where you're just like, I don't know what he's thinking, but this is not going to go in your favor. He's probably thinking, oh, these destroyers are easy game. He did not pay attention to the fact there's a Kansas coming around the corner, and he loses half his health in the first shot. He's lucky, again, that he's got no armor, and no armor is best armor in World of Warships, whether it's PC or on console. So no armor is definitely best armor in this situation, because if he had been in any sort of cruiser that had armor, he's a dead man. Now he rolls out and goes straight into the torpedoes of the guy that he thought he was going to be chasing. Cleveland, however, is shooting over the island at us. We can't allow that to continue, so we're going to put ourselves in a position to take that advantage away from it. Now again, this is why I don't sit over there and bow tank people. I continue to move. Now obviously there's an island here, so I don't have much of a choice. I'm going to run into the island. I'm in a battleship. I can't turn that quickly. Now Cleveland radars, and then still, knowing that I'm here, decides to pull out. Now I rushed this shot, which was stupid. I rushed this shot and I had auto-aimed so low that I actually about cried. That's stupid. That's totally on me. 100% on me for rushing that shot. I should have held my fire. I had plenty of time to hit the man. There was no reason to rush that at all. Now we have the island here protecting us from the lightning on my right. We have High Cal pushing into the Bravo Cap, which is a radar cruiser to help deal with the lightning. Lightning is trying to avoid, but it's honestly too late at this point. High Cal's first shot actually completely misses, but we take a shot over the island and we don't miss. 3 hits, and we absolutely redeem ourselves from our snafu with the Cleveland. As I say that, I get set on fire by another destroyer who's sitting in a smoke screen. You know, angry smoke screens are really, really something you gotta watch for. You know they're there, you know that they're shooting at you, and you see torpedoes go by. What I did not expect was that this torpedo boat had anticipated perfectly me making this rush and turn left. Remember, I'm not spotted right now. He anticipated this so perfectly that I couldn't even be mad about it. Because any moment you're about to see, I'm going to take some torpedoes here. And I just damage conned a fire, I think. So I'm going to take a flood, obviously. And I'm going to take flood for a while. Now, obviously, Akatsuki's here. That means we know that he gets fast reloading torpedoes. We take the shot at the Akatsuki, and the outlier torp. He launched widespread torpedoes, and the outlier torps are perfect. What are the odds? He hits us with 1, and are we going to dodge the second? No, he gets us with 2, and the flood, and it's a perma flood for the next 37 seconds. It's so incredibly frustrating, and it was completely avoidable. But, you know, that's going to lead to some more misplays. And by misplays, I mean, is it really a misplay? Or am I going to just do the best I can to do as much damage as quickly as possible before I inevitably die? Now, obviously, the floods hurt, the torpedoes hurt. We just lost a good chunk of our health. We're about to get a damage con, so we'll at least have that in our favor. We know that the Cleveland's still over here. We know there's another destroyer. We know that the Iowa's here. We know that the Vanguard is here. So we've got to be careful. We go ahead, we damage con the flood, and we do have will to rebuild going at the moment. We have a destroyer closing in. You can see High Cal able to lob the island on the Iowa, and he gets a good hit right off the bat. I believe, nope. Never mind. I was going to say, I believe he got a fire, but he didn't. Or if he did, the guy already damage conned it. But Vanguard, again, comes out basically begging for it here. But he does turn in, and the Vanguard smacked me really, really hard. Not going to lie. Kind of caught me off guard. But we managed to hit him back for a little bit. We're up to 86,000 damage. And, you know, everything up to this point the Vanguard has taken has been from basically me. Like, we hit him for 30k in the first salvo. Half our damage has come from this Vanguard at this point. And you can see he is angled a little bit, but British battleships just don't have the armor to be this close to very angry 16-inch American armor piercing. We will rip you apart. We get overpinned, sure, but we're going to rip you apart. And then the moment you decide to overcommit to your turn, then you're opening yourself up not only just for the armor-piercing penetrations, but also the citadels, because Vanguard is known for being citadel like crazy. Like, we opened the game with a citadel on the Vanguard. So he goes full broadside. I'm salivating. I'm like, okay, front guns, Beautiful. He fires HE at us. We just got our damage control back. He gets a fire. We gotta go ahead and put that out. We probably could have kept it a little bit longer just due to the fact that High Cal is here. We could have waited on that damage con, but we get another 8,000 damage off of the Vanguard. High Cal's probably doing similar amounts of damage with his Balti if he shoots AP at the broadside of that Vanguard. But Vanguard starts to turn away. We start getting hit with HE over the top of the island. I know for sure it's not the Iowa shooting us over the island with HE, right? But we take another shot at the Vanguard, and we get an okay result. Again, he's kiting away, so it kind of limits what we can get out of him. We've already saturated his superstructure, and unlike the Americans and Germans, the Vanguard's not really got the healthiest superstructure in the world, but we can still get some damage off of it with another 6,400 with full penetrations that time. Maybe he got a couple of pins through the deck. Now there's a destroyer to the north, and that means High Cal is going to change his strategy for what he's doing. He's trying to burn down the Iowa. We've got a destroyer out there on that Iowa as well. Cleveland is coming towards me, and so High Cal breaks off to go destroy the destroyer, essentially. So we've got a narrow lead in points as long as we can hold it, but the destroyer is actually keeping me spotted here, which is not good for me. We finally disappear. Destroyer gets behind the island. I get a good shot on the Vanguard. Vanguard's basically a one-shot kill. Anybody gets any sort of sneeze on him, he's dead. But he starts healing it back. And this is that British super heal that everybody loves. And Iowa, we look over, he's about to die. And then the Cleveland is considering coming around the corner and YOLOing me. He tries to shoot me over the island, doesn't manage to pull it off. I know that High Cal can finish that Vanguard, no problem. Vanguard is not a threat to a Balti at all. And I know that I overmatched the bow of this Cleveland. And if I'm ever going to do maximum damage to this Cleveland, it's going to be this way. And of course, we go to back out in front of this guy. We have we have zero will to rebuild anymore. We blap him, but the Iowa hitting us the way he did actually cost us our hit here. Like, we could have survived this engagement with this Cleveland, I think. We would at least survive long enough to get a second reload, but we managed to do a lot of damage to the Cleveland. That means High Cal's got an easy win ahead of him. But High Cal took around the island. He's coming up behind the Cleveland. He's going to be able to finish the Cleveland off, and then he's going to be able to swing straight in and go after the destroyer as well, if that's what he wants to do. Instead, he opts to go around the island and get into the cap. And denying the enemy points when the game is this close is actually pretty smart. 140,000 damage is what we ended up with 75 targets hit. Could have done better, especially in the end there. Taking those 2 torpedoes killed us, literally. Like, taking those was just awful. And then, of course, there at the end on the Cleveland. Taking the hit from the Iowa, I didn't see that coming, but it was a very good hit from the Iowa. And Balti and High Cal managed to take down the Cleveland. And that leaves the destroyer that's in Bravo and the Vanguard that was low health. Now at this point, Vanguard may have gotten another heal off if he has one. So he may be still kind of healthy here. But again, Cranky's not going to have any issue, or High Cal's not going to have any issue taking out a Vanguard in a Balti unless the Vanguard gets either a broadside with AP or an HE salvo just constantly. Like, if he shoots nothing but HE, he could do some serious damage to the Baltimore. But most people tend to see a cruiser and they immediately switch to AP in a battleship if you've been firing HE. And so not having that overmatch ability on Baltimore, he can actually bully that Vanguard. And I've done it. You guys have seen the videos of me doing it. Like, it's just nasty. Now, obviously, Mega Leviathan here, or Mega Leviathan, I should say. I didn't know this guy. Apparently, High Cal does. Apparently, he's a very good player. And he shows it in this match. He also is coming back to defend against this destroyer who swapped one of the bases. High Cal manages to keep our points lead. And that's when the Oland gets spotted here. And an Akazuki in a gunfight versus a destroyer is just, it's not going to go well for most destroyers. There's a couple of destroyers that can win in a gunfight versus an Akazuki pretty easily. Oland, not one of them. So it takes him a little bit here to get his aim in, but once the Oland has kind of beached himself and gotten himself stuck, he does manage to finish him off, and that gives him the Kraken. So he gets a Kraken unleashed. He also, I don't know if you noticed this, picked up a High Cal and Confederate in his destroyer to go with his Kraken. So absolute clutch carry by him. And then both High Cal and I pull out a High Cal and Confederate as well. So you love to see it. And with 15 seconds left, I think that Cranky's going to be able to finish this guy off, so nobody gets to walk away from this battle for the enemy. And there it is. Balti doing what Balti does, and that is bully 15-inch and below battleships. Just nasty. So 144,000 damage, as you see, a triple High Cal and Confederate, and a big shout out to Mega Leviathan for the Kraken, the High Cal, the Confederate, and the First Blood. You love to see it. So let me know what you guys think. There was also a Cleveland on the enemy team that got a High Cal and a Confederate. So technically there was 4, but 3 of them on one team, which is ridiculous. 2 3K base games and a 2200 base battleship. That's not a bad team right there. The top 2 guys killed 8 of the 9 enemies. So if you like what I'm doing, punch the like button, leave a comment below, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and as always, I will see you in the next video.